main topic of biochemistry is glycolysis because in our body, the glycolysis is the central metabolism of the body. Why we need glycolysis in our body? Because it yields the ATP, that it is the energy for our body, and this is the pathway that it works without the oxygen. So biochemical reaction, we have 4 steps that it's really important and catalyzed by enzymes. So, you know what is enzymes? The enzymes, it's the proteins that it makes your reaction so fast. So all of the things in our body by the enzyme, it works so fast. And the 4 chemical reactions that it's regulated by enzyme, it's really important in biochemistry, is the reactions of group transfer. For example, we have, the group transfer, the O2 or other things that it takes from one molecule and goes to another molecule. Second one is reaction of oxidation reduction, that, as all of you knows about that, the oxidation reduction, it causes the transfer of the electrons and protons from one molecule to another molecule, that makes the molecules going forward in the reaction and produce the products. So the third one is the reactions of elimination. For example, the water eliminates from our reactions, or isomerization, or the rearrangement. So these are really basic concepts of the biochemistry. So as I told you, the first important central metabolism in our body is glycolysis, which the importance of this metabolism is that you enter the glucose in the cell, and the product is pyruvate. What is the importance of this reaction? It's called the production of ATP in the absence of oxygen. So the glucose becomes pyruvate, and the pyruvate, it can enters the pathway with oxygen, which is called, all of you knows, which is called Krebs cycle, or it enters a pathway that it doesn't need the oxygen, which is producing the lactic acid. So this is the overall concept of the glycolysis, as I told you. So what is the importance of glycolysis? Is to produce the energy, and is for producing the energy in our body. So the first thing in our body we need is glycolysis. For example, you're walking on the street, the glycolysis is going on to produce the energy, or for example, you're doing sports, glycolysis is doing in your body to produce the energy. But the important thing I want to talk about that is how the glucose enters your cells and cause the production of the pyruvate in absence of the oxygen. So on the cell, what do we need to enter the glucose inside the cell? So we have the receptor on the cell, which is called Clot. Really simple. Clot. So, we have 5 types of clot. Clot 1, clot 2, clot 3, clot 4, clot 5. So, each one of these clots is important for one cells and is specific for one part in our body. I want to mention an important aspect of these clots, that the clot 4 is really dependent of insulin. As all of you know, the insulin is the hormone that it is released by the pancreas beta cells, which cause regulating the blood glucose when you're after feeding. I mean, when you feed and the insulin release in your body to cause the cells uptake of your glucose in your blood. So the blood glucose is regulated by insulin and another hormone which is called glucagon. So this is the overall thing about insulin and glucagon. In next lectures I'm gonna talk about these hormones in details. So come back to the blood receptor. As I told you, we have 5 types of blood receptor. This 4th type is really regulated by insulin, which is really dependent on insulin. But the other 4 type doesn't need any insulin. So we go to explain which type is for which cell.